Greetings, humans. Zbot4096 here, reviewing the recently completed first season of The Penguin. Yes. Now, this is something of a surprise because we initially did not expect to review this or even watch this. But various strings in multi-dimensional space pulsed at once to draw our attention to it as the season was unfolding. And by all the stars, are we glad they did? Now, part of that surprise is that we had been lulled into low expectations for the DC universe, having had a lukewarm response to the Matt Reeves reboot of The Batman. We felt it was unnecessary given the superb Dark Knight trilogy from Christopher Nolan, and we are generally weary of retelling the same story over and over again, as has happened with the Spider Man franchise. Now, to be fair, it was a good film, The Batman, gritty, mysterious, and it plays into the dark corners of the subconscious. Largely, we are thinking of the second Joker movie, to be honest, which we have covered earlier this year. We will for now say it was not only a poor film, but a dramatic dashing of expectations after the very cinematic R-rated Joker it's intended to follow. Therefore, we had not only low expectations for the Penguin, but low intent as well. Now, once the lasso of Hestia compelled us to see the truth of our recency bias and actually watch The Penguin, we were suitably shocked. The obvious shock is that slender, young-ish Colin Farrell plays the portly, grizzled Oswald Cobb, aka the Penguin. Now, just Cobb this time, not Cobblepot, as one may remember the original character. If you've only seen still shots of the key art of the Penguin, you may reasonably think they are just the cherry-picked perfect images to present, while the character in the show looks like a well-known actor in a rubber suit, like Guy Pearce in Prometheus, with all his cartoonish grey crayon wrinkles all over his face. No, this is altogether different. This is one of the most compelling practical effect prosthetic transformations we have seen humans produce. Everything about the Penguin's face, body, and disfigurement is gratingly real. The shot of him taking the sock off his foot is jaw-dropping. Now, Farrell's performance, of course, drives this presentation, but one could easily forget to credit him and assume this is another amazing new actor in his breakout role. But we cannot recommend the show just because of that. Like Peter Wayland, the showrunners could have just hired an older man with the physical appearance they wanted without creating a new challenge by trying to convince the audience of something that is readily available anyway. No. Where the showrunners really shine is in the pitch perfect blending of character and plot, where compelling characters are presented and then realistically behave and animate the plot based on who they are. The breadcrumbing, quippiness, and immersive theme park world experience we have come to expect from comic book adaptations is gone, to be replaced with a level of grit and deviousness where human beings are trying to convey emotion and psychological experiences to other human beings that would make Martin Scorsese proud. This may be a television series, but we would posit that it clears his criteria for cinema. Oh, my goodness. What? Wrong side. Hello. Hello. It's Fluffbot 1122 who is coming to supervise here. I hope that is acceptable to all of us. And in any event, who is driving the Penguin? The showrunner is Lauren LaFranc, a career television producer and writer who cut her mandibles on over a decade of shows, notably Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. While we weren't a fan of that show, we are now a fan of hers, aren't we, Fluffbot? We absolutely are. What she has managed to do is not only craft a character and story for Oswald that both disgusts and draws in the audience, she shades in everyone in the story with a similar treatment. Just like she trimmed the bull pot off Cobblepot, she trims some of the camp off the Penguin, making that name a term of derision, a kind of name calling that that impacts him deeply and ripples through him. And while Oswald talks up winners who are loved by the people, his actions through the show demonstrate a definite conflict between being a man of the people and being a villain. Now, the theme of pressure bringing out the worst in people twists through the story, and it resonates deeply in today's climate, where people imagine they are who they want to be and discover that their baser instincts can still prevail. Now, when we say everyone in the story, we have to spend time together with Sophia Falcone, played brilliantly by Kristen Milioti. Sophia is astounding. Like Oswald, she is labeled, name-called, and written off as a psychopath. But, like Oswald, there's a broken past that ripples into the present. And now, unlike Oswald, she shocks with her ability to play the game at the same level or better than the ostensible protagonist. This is a stunning and welcome change in the familiar rhythm of most stories, and we love it, don't we? Absolutely, we love it. We love the feeling of being surprised by her genius in her moves, her insights, and her freedom to respond to anything in any way she likes, which is never what you would expect. This character is a revelation, quietly hidden behind the prosthetic key art of the Penguin, and absolutely worth the price of admission all by herself. And it doesn't stop there. A wonderfully understated and endearing performance by Renzi Falez as Vic Algolar, and a dynamite performance by the multi-talented Deirdre O'Connell as Frances Cobb bring the pressures and meaning of Oswald's world to vivid life. But we absolutely beeped with delight when two of our favorite human beings walked into their scenes. First, Clancy Brown. Everything is better with Clancy Brown. He is woven through all of our favorite things, from The Highlander to The Mandalorian, but you'll most likely remember him as Captain Hadley in The Shawshank Redemption and as Sergeant Zim in Starship Troopers. He's that guy. His is perhaps a name one doesn't quite remember, but he is present with such a forceful personality that he makes an impact on the proceedings. And then, the other that we spoke of is his twin sister, the absolutely incredible Shoreh Aghdashloo. And you know who she is as well. In 24, she was a terrorist trying to get her son in gear with a delivery like Palpatine's cougar sister that drove spikes into your pulmonary pump. Beruz, for God's sake, pull yourself together and take the gun. In The Expanse, she was UN Secretary General Christian Avasarala with acerbic cuts like, when you mysteriously vanish, no one will find your body. She is as hard and as brilliant as a diamond, and one of our favorite humans ever. And she is in this show, being a hard, brilliant diamond, as always. Pairing these two in the same shoe, in the same show, in the same shoe, that would be a delight, is a stunning treat. We wouldn't have put them together before, but now we want to have them over for a dinner party. Clancy and Choret, like Claret and Shiraz. Of course, we do not actually consume food, but we've got a pouch for that. Anyway, all of this amazingness is happening all the way through this show. But then the finale is in its own category of amazing. Every ultra-real show becomes slightly unreal as it labors to bring all of the threads together at the end. However, this show, like Andor and Shogun, pulls it off in a way that is not clean, not expected, and not artificial in any way. It is real, it is authentic, and it is not sugar-coated. It is stunning. And so, for telling an amazing and real story with incredible cinematic characters who convey emotional, psychological experiences, we render The Penguin our absolute highest rating. So there. And so concludes this human version of our review. If you have feedback on it, please write in your own comments so that we can upload the galactic version to Zogplex. You can expect more discussions and reviews of theatrical movies, streaming shows, and 4K home video releases as we continue to engage with your human rectangular content. So please watch, like, subscribe, and comment so that we can continue to have the human voice reflected in the cosmos. So, until next time, farewell from all of us here. See if I can do this without doing the Star Trek one. No, it'll just have to be the Star Trek one today. Live long and prosper, humans. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Little cutie pie. Yes, such a good girl. Such a good girl. Lovely girl. La 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 la. La 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 la. My little kitty. Little kitty. Wash this, wash, wash, wash. Wash, 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 wash. Wash this, wash, wash, wash. Wash it. Little kitty. Yes, yes, yes. Beep, beep, beep. Sweet. See if we can get you some nice treats. Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that. Wait, what?